Today our simulation is about Marjane Satrapi and her graphic novel Persepolis. Did you play this game? Okay, so you two know the game. I lie, so I don't think you were.
I never took 122.
You never took 122. Okay, so you maybe aren't familiar with this, but basically Marjane Satrapi was born in Iran, grew up during the Iranian Revolution and the aftermath, and then wrote a graphic novel about her life, which is a very entertaining and informative work. And so instructions, so you've got 3 cards up there that you'll take at different moments in the game. You have a victory point, a rebel card, and an orthodoxy card. And those will determine your fate as you see what it's like to grow up in the Islamic revolutionary Iran. So just as a quick thing to give you a little bit of background, so the Iranian Revolution threw the Shah out of power. He was basically kind of the emperor of Iran, kind of like an authoritarian dictator. But he's a complex guy on one side because he was an authoritarian dictator, but he really aimed at modernization. And one element of that was women's rights. So on the picture on the right there, that's a picture of Iranian ladies who are nuclear physicists. And so he really supported women's education, for example. And you'll notice none of them are wearing a veil, right? But he also tortured people and committed numerous human rights abuses. So complex guy. But he gets overthrown in Iran's 1979 revolution. And it's just a revolution at first. It's not an Islamic revolution, it's just a revolution. And what happens is there's divisions within it because the Islamic revolutionaries gain power. And in 1979, they pass a law that women have to wear the hijab when they're out. And there you can see a lot of women protesting against that, none of whom is wearing a hijab. Right? So you have on this side, you have this group. On the other side, you have women who think this is a good idea, who want to, whose Islamic identity is very important, who they think that is an essential part of being a Muslim. And that's the group who wins, right? They win in the revolution. So there is Marjane Satrapi remembering when they were forced to have to start doing this. Like, so she would go to school, they had to start wearing the hijab, she writes. So in 1980, the year it became obligatory to wear the veil at school. And you can see the little kids playing with it. And, I enjoy this because there's the one girl says, "Ooh, I'm the monster of darkness," which I think is really funny. But then there's what's not so funny is that where the little girl saying "execution in the name of freedom," right? Where they're kind of picking up on what's going on in the background. So basically the idea of this is you are friends of Marjane Satrapi, and you have to decide how you're going to try and influence her during her life. So she needs to decide what kind of clothes she wants to wear. Do you think she should dress like the fundamentalist woman, which is, I think was that called a burqa? I think when it's the whole covering, or a modern woman who might show her opposition to the regime by letting a few strands of hair grow. So it's a choice for you all to make.
Oh, right now?
Yep.
I see you go modern. Yeah, I say so as well. I haven't played this game yet.
I'm just making. Okay, yeah, it's recording. Okay, so that was a quick one. So if you suggested fundamentalist, gain 1 orthodoxy counter. If you suggested modern, gain 1 rebel counter. And I do want to highlight, I love the art for this graphic novel because you can see Marjane trying to deal with her own dueling, conflicting things because she does identify strongly as a Muslim, but also does like some things about modernity. So I like how they got the gears and the secular here, but then Islamic calligraphy on the right and the hijab. Alrighty, so if you answer this correctly, you get a victory point. Which of the following is not an Islamic empire? A. Ottoman. B. Byzantine. C. Safavid. D. Mughal. Okay, very good. Excellent. You all gain a victory point. Okay. So Marjane wants to sneak out of school and cut class with her friend. She wants to go to the hit restaurant Kansas, right, which was the name of apparently a restaurant because it sounds American, so people liked it. And I do want to point out the girls that are following some boys there, and it says, "Do you see his hair just like Rod Stewart?" Yeah, if he gets caught, it'll be a buzz cut. So that's what they do. Do you help her? Like, do you help her climb the wall, or do you tell her, "No, Marjane, this is wrong"?
I think we say it's wrong.
I was gonna say we say it's wrong.
Fine, we can say it's wrong.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow. So
help her sneak.
if you don't help her, you gain an orthodoxy counter.
She don't need to call him.
So what would have happened if you would have helped her? You would have had to roll a test, and you'd all roll a die. And what happens is, and this is just thinking about mechanically, this is what I do if I just want to keep things simple, you just count failures and successes. There's 3 of you, right? If you have more successes than failures, you succeed. If you have more failures than successes, you fail. If you tie, like in a group of 4, you just roll again. So you don't have to do that. If you had succeeded, you would have gained 2 rebel counters and a hamburger card. I do want to show you here, Elias. If you would have won, this is what you would have gotten.
Protein is power. You get to change one failure to a success, guys. If you get a hamburger.
Right, yeah. It's the hamburglar
Just
stole
feels
it away.
wrong.
But now we're smarter because we stayed in
Period.
Alrighty.
Orthodox.
So, well, you're showing that conflict, right? Because you got a rebel point and an orthodoxy point. So, unfortunately, Iraq sees the turmoil in Iran and says this would be a great time to invade because there's some territory here we claim. And goodness gracious, it just happens to have a whole bunch of oil. Excellent. So they're going to invade to try and deal with that. And unfortunately, I do, just to note, this is a story that's important in the comic, is that the Iraqis use a lot of Scud missiles and knock down some apartment buildings, include one of Marjane Satrapi's friends who lives there, and she is sadly is killed. So, which statement best describes the problems faced by the Safavid Empire and how it sought to solve that problem? A, the Safavid rulers were ethnic Turks ruling Persians and therefore thought to unite their empire by forcing everyone to convert to Shia Islam. B, the Safavid rulers were a Muslim religious minority ruling a Jewish majority and therefore ruled with religious tolerance in order to avoid rebellion. C, the Safavid rulers were a Sunni minority ruling a Shia majority and therefore claimed to be descendants of Muhammad. Or D, the Safavid rulers were Christians ruling a Muslim majority and therefore publicly accepted Islam while privately worshipping as Christians.
My guess is C.
C.
Oh, I trust you guys. See?
C? All right, and the correct answer was A.
Dang.
Right, so it was important to get
We were both
the
very
ethnic
confident.
similarity in there. And C is incorrect because they were Shia.
Oh.
The rulers were Shia while the population was mostly Sunni at that time. It's changed. Close. Oh, class clown. So this is one of my favorite. Your class is knitting for the soldiers, right? You're still in school. And Marjane starts goofing off, and I don't know how well you can see the monitor, but this is one of my favorite panels, especially this girl. Well, actually, all of them, right? Because they've already are wearing a hijab, and they're putting hoods over their hijab, which I just think is hilarious. So Marjane starts goofing off. Do you tell her to stop, or do you goof off too?
Let's goof.
think we goof.
I goof.
We
Let's
goof a little.
Yeah, let's goof.
Right. I mean, it's understandable. So if you joined her, roll a test. So you're trying to roll a 4, 5, or 6.
You goofed hard.
No.
If only you had a hamburger.
Right.
If only.
So if you failed, gain 1 rebel counter. If you had succeeded, you would have gained 2 rebel counters and a
Dang
Joker
it.
card, which I just want to show you because I just enjoy it.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
It's these one decision leads to another, right? Like, all right. So what was Isfahan? A, the capital of the Byzantium. B, the capital of the Ottoman Empire. C, the capital of the Mughal Empire. Or D, the capital of the Safavid Empire.
I never took this class. I feel like it's not A or B.
Yeah.
Well, that gets you down to 50-50.
Okay. Sure.
Let's go D.
Excellent. You are correct. You are correct. And I was
gonna say C, so
going to
I'm
do my joke. I was going to say, just remember, don't pick the one that's a trap. Because Akbar was in the Mughal Empire, and that was in India, so don't fall for the trap. Okay, talking back, your teacher claims that there are no political prisoners in the Islamic Republic. Marjane disagrees. You know Marjane is right, because you have family members who are political prisoners. Do you talk back and support to your teacher and support Marjane, or do you be quiet?
Talk back.
I mean, I agree.
All right, you talk back. If you say nothing, gain 1 orthodoxy counter. If you support her, roll a test.
Don't mess this up, guys.
If only you had cards that helped you.
If only. Okay.
We've
All
had
right, you succeeded. Very good. So if you succeeded, you gain 2 rebel counter cards and a political consciousness card. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Like, this is where Wikimedia Commons really came through. That is from the Persian Communist Party, which I thought was neat. It will mean something later, right? It doesn't have an immediate effect. Which of the following statements about the Caliph is false? A, the Caliph is the successor of Muhammad. B, Sunni Muslims believe that the Caliph should be chosen by the community. C, Shia Muslims believe that the Caliph must be a descendant of Muhammad. D, though they disagree about who should have been Caliph, it has not been a major issue of significance among Muslims.
I think it's D. Though they disagree.
You're looking for the false.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it has been a
Cool.
major issue.
It has been a major
Yeah.
issue. I was looking for the
yes,
true.
yes,
Right, yeah, no, that's
I
yeah.
agree.
yeah.
It's like,
I just
that's
want
kind
to
of
make
like their whole.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was D. Yeah, no, it has been. You're giving yourself victory points, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. So one thing that's happened is the Iraqi army is doing really well, and one reason is because they do have a modern, equipped military force. But Iran's advantage is people. They've got a lot of people, and so what is happening is that they are having young people as martyr soldiers who are basically told, if you die, you'll go to paradise. They're given a key, like a plastic key that's painted gold, and told, this is the key to paradise, and they're sent to run headlong into the Iraqis who use poison gas and machine guns and things against them. So that's not fun. And what happens is Marjane, her cousin, was given one of these keys. So you need to decide. Marjane's cousin has been given a golden key and is being encouraged to volunteer for the military despite being young. Marjane is trying to convince him that it is not a good idea. Do you tell her to stop, or do you say it's a good idea? Or I'm sorry, do you tell her to stop, or do you support her?
We support her.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's smart.
All right, so if you help her, roll a test.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Failed.
Alrighty. If you failed, gain 1 rebel counter. If you succeeded, you would have gained 2 rebel counters and a golden key. So I'll just want to let you, taunt you for your failure to roll correctly.
Yeah.
So one thing I just want to know, what's interesting though, I'm trying to think how to put this. One defense, because usually people do say, yeah, I would not encourage this, especially if they're so young, is just this is trying to defend the country, right? Like they are in an existential crisis against their enemy. And one thing I think is really striking is also how Marjane's life is so different. Like, and she did this on purpose, like where she shows the kids getting blown up, and then you have almost exact same poses, but they're dancing. Like this is her life, and this is her, these other people's lives, and that's where I think a graphic artist really can do some really cool stuff. Okay, which of the following statements about the Mughals is false? A, the majority of the population they ruled was made up of Hindus. B, the Mughals were constantly at war with the Ottomans, as the Ottomans were Sunni and the Mughals were Shia. C, the Mughals profited from international trade, but because people came to them, they never felt the need to explore or develop a strong navy. Or D, the Mughals were willing to borrow and utilize technology like cannons and guns, but did not adapt the ideas behind them. Or you're looking for the false statement.
Got any ideas?
Not A or B,
Not A or B.
I think.
It's been a minute.
We'll go C.
I was about to say, I think it's probably C.
See,
We'll go C.
All right.
I don't like the look on his
No,
face.
I don't.
No, the correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. You learned to read me. Okay, the black market now. So your friend Marjane likes Western music, and so she goes to the black market to buy it. And I just like they have these guys different. It's Stevie Wonder and Jekyll Maxon, and then this makes me sad. Is that you have to buy your chess set at the black market, which is just that makes me very sad. But they are selling on Gandhi Avenue, which I think is interesting. But so what happens is you see your friend, you're walking down the street, you see your friend Marjane buying a, what does she buy? Kim Wilde and Camel. I know Kim Wilde, I don't know who Camel is. But she buys them, and then, she gets stopped, right? You're walking past a street where illegal goods are sold. You see Marjane being questioned by Guardians of the Revolution for wearing punk clothes, that's their word, and she begs you to support her story, right? She says, and this is the part where I would have played a video clip where she says that she's her parents died, or no, her mom died, her stepmother beats her life is just terrible, and that the clothes look like punk clothes, but actually she's just an athlete. That's why she's wearing sneakers, because it's for basketball. So do you support her story, or do you just keep walking?
We support.
All right. So you could say she's lying. Like, no one. So if you say she's telling the truth, roll a test.
I don't think I should be allowed to roll anymore. Okay, and of course, the one time.
What
We
happened?
got it.
We got
You got it.
This is the first time I've rolled a success.
Oh, if
but
you
they also both
succeed.
rolled
We got the
successes.
mixtape card.
Nice.
You know what's funny is that, but this has no mechanical. What happens is she just really is so happy, and she makes you a mixtape of her favorite songs. Like, this is the thing we did in the '80s. I guess people now do what like you would do a list, right? Like a
Playlist, yeah.
Right. We would break the law by making by totally violating the heck out of copyright.
Kids in America's good stuff.
But
Both
yeah,
of
you
the
gain.
ones that we won are because they don't have any use.
What was that?
Both of the cards we've actually successfully gotten have
Well,
no use.
well, the mixtape just it will hopefully make you feel good.
It
right?
it
You
makes-
did-
it
you
makes
did
me
the
feel
right thing.
good.
The political consciousness card does determine your fate.
Oh, really?
Right, it does help determine your fate, because we'll do that next. Yeah, so here we are. So perfect timing. Looks like you're going to be in good shape. So next question: what happened to you? So what you do is, for each orthodoxy counter you have, subtract one rebel counter. So I think just one. Okay. Count your remaining rebel counters and victory points.
6.
3. So 9
9.
total.
Well, no, you keep them separate.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's separate.
6
So you have
rebel.
3 rebel counters and 6.
6
So
rebel counters, 3 victory points.
okay, you should have more than 3. You answered more than 3 questions correctly, didn't you?
No, I think we
I
only
think
got
we
3.
only got 3.
Okay. So basically, like this, basically what you're determining is rebel orthodoxy determines like what life path you chose. Victory points determine how successful you were in that life path. So don't be, I mean, ideally you would have done the study guide right before. So, but if you, let's see, how many rebel counters did you have?
6.
Okay, so, okay, yeah. So if you have more than 5 rebel counters and the political consciousness card, but less than 4 victory points, you become a political dissident and are often in prison, causing difficulties for your family.
Uh-oh.
It happens.
So if you had gotten 4 or more victory points, you would become a political dissident and inspiration for those struggling for freedom. So the idea was you just weren't quite competent enough to get over that hump, right? You just weren't quite able to figure it out. But you know, while you're in prison, you've got a mixtape to
Exactly. We have Kim
True.
Wilde.
You can listen to Kim Wilde while you're reading your communist journals.
Honestly, not a bad
It's a good
lie.
life.
Not a bad lie.
I mean, seriously, look at that journal. I mean, I want to read it. It looks fantastic. But very good. So, so what does this
Wrench.
tell us? What did you learn from this simulation about this time period?
The different choices that you had as a person like living there.
Right?
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of freedoms, but you still had some agency to rebel.
Right. Even just daily life things. Like I just like the idea of going. We're going to go to Kansas to get a hamburger, and that is rebellion.
And then it gives you a little bit of background into the changes that happened because of the revolution.
Right. And one thing I'm hoping it gets is just like there's that kind of internal thing, and you can kind of see that's one reason I choose this last picture, because there she's wearing the hijab, right? And I think she when she moves to Europe, she doesn't wear it anymore, but I don't know if she wants to or not. But she still has this kind of Muslim identity, but likes to wear a jean jacket and sneakers and listen to her Jaco Maxon.
And her hair's out.
Oh right. Oh, you're right. She did let her hair out. So she's complex. There's actually a part in the graphic novel where she gets like in an argument with one of the mullahs about they have like a dress code for women at the college she's attending, and they let her like actually redesign women's clothing there. Like she is allowed to redesign the women's uniform. so that it meets like her standards, but also their understanding of Islamic modesty. So it's kind of interesting how she does a lot. But I think she lives in the West now. So, any questions for me or? Great. I hope that's not a vote on the simulation cast. It's just like,
No, I like this one. I
Okay.
think
This
it's
one's fun.
I've always said this one.
oh, very good.